Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ayo, and in this video I'll be sharing with you guys how we created this amazing look on your screen. Before we move on to this video, this is my model Favor and also a very good friend of mine. Now you guys know what we do from the very beginning. Now before we start anything, I want to let you guys know that my model today has a very acne prone skin. So she has a lot of acne on her skin, which means that she has oily skin. So we want to make sure that we are using a very minimal product and still getting a full coverage look. So if this sounds like something that you are very interested in, please keep on watching. And now for my moisturizer, I'm using this water-based moisturizer from COSRX. This is one that I really like, and I like the fact that it is for oily skin. For under our eye, this is this eye cream from Bioma. I think I am pronouncing it correctly. For our primer today, we are going in with Elf Power Grip. Yes, it's still very good for someone who has acne prone skin. Now lastly, I'm using this CARPE product. This is a sweat absorber. Just by the name, is just to absorb sweat, and you can tell that she has acne prone skin, so this product is very important. And that is that for my skin prep. Now let's move on to our skin work. For foundation, I'm using this Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation in 390 and 440. I'm using a tad bit of 440 because I just need that very warm look, because as you can tell, she has this warm undertone, so that is very important. For our low light or contour, I'm using this same foundation from Fenty Beauty. This is their 390. This is actually 490. This is actually one product that I really like, and if you've been following me for a while, you know that I use this product a lot, most especially for those that have warm undertone, so you want to put that into consideration. For our blush, I'm using this Curve case and I'm using this red shade. I really like how lovely this red shade is, and I'm using that at the highest point of our cheek. Guys, take note of that, the highest point of our cheek or of your cheek, that is where you need to apply your blush. Now for my concealer today, I am using this Born This Way in Butterscotch, and I love spreading my concealer under our eye. It's very important because I realize that a lot of people don't do this method, but for me it is safer and it is easier for me. So I just spread it and just allow that full coverage to just reveal itself by itself. And now I am using this slant method to further lift the eye. You guys know that I love the lifted eye effect. Ever since I saw it on Glam by Omoye's channel, I have been so in love. To set everything in place, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush setting spray. I really like how it melts every product, so I'm just using that. The work is very similar to Morphe concealer spray, so those two, they are like one of my favorite setting sprays on the planet. I also like the milk setting spray also. Yeah, now my beauty blender to just blend this concealer in place. Guys, you see that I've already spread it all around her face. All I need to do is to just blend it, because it is already where I want it to be, exactly where I want it to be. All I'm just doing is to just tap on it, which is very good. Next, I am using my KEVYN AUCOIN skin enhancer to brighten our under eye, and I'm using the SX11, I think so. Now for our nose contour, of course I am going in with the same shade that I used all around our forehead and under our cheekbone. So I'm using that to just snatch our nose, and of course you can tell that I left that under our eye for a while. Now for setting the under eye in place, or highlighted area in place, I'm using this Sweet Honey made from One Size setting powder. I really like how warm this particular shade is, and I also want to let you guys know, guys, you can tell that I'm using a lot of warm shade, and that's just because my model has a very warm undertone. So you want to make sure that undertones are very important to you. Learn them, understand them, and it will work for you guys. Also, because she has acne prone skin and a very oily skin, I am trying as much as I can to use very minimal products. I am not going heavy with all of the products that I'm using today. Now, to set our entire face, I'm using the SLYVIMARK Final Touch Smooth Affair Powder in Mud and Honey Dipped. This is a very warm shade. Like I tell you guys, make sure that your undertone is very important. So I'm just using that all around our face, and as you can see, it's very beautiful. This particular powder, one thing I like about it is the fact that it gives this Sephora and MAC finished look, and it is a Nigerian brand. Now for our powder base contour, I'm using this Annie Meets the Brow palette, and I'm just using that around our eye and also under our cheekbone and our forehead to unify every single thing. I want uniformity in this look. I want them to be very uniform and very put together. So I'm just using a very thin layer of every product that I'm using. Guys, please note that, because you don't want to clog the pores of an oily skin person. Next, I am using my Morphe tinea spray. This is to melt all of these powders that we've used today. This product is one that I love so much. Now, going in with my Sweet Honey One Size setting powder, I'm just using that to just bake our face and to catch every excess powder that falls from our eyeshadow. So without further ado, we are moving to the eyeshadow. Let me also give you another sweet tip. If you notice that your client has a teary eye, you want to make sure that you tell them to breathe in and out every time you are applying product around their eye area. It will save you from every tears, and you know that makeup artists and tears, we don't work together. That's you. So you want to make sure that you're putting that into consideration. Tell your client or your model to always breathe in and out when they feel like crying. It will help a lot. Moving on to the eye makeup, I am starting with my Benign Clown White as our eyeshadow base, and next I'm going in with the Annie Beauty Meet the Browns. I'm using this particular brown shade that has a reddish undertone, and I'm using that as our transition shade. One thing I like to do is to build my transition shade, so I start with the lighter to the darkest. So next I am doing is I'm going to use this particular red shade on our crease area. This is to further darken that brown that I put at first. For the outer corner of our eye, I'm using this black to darken that part, just to give that very seamless transition shade. And guys, can you see how the eye looks like? You can tell that there is a build up, so you want to make sure that you eliminate every ash line. Now next, for my glitter, I'm using my elf glitter glue. Then I'm going in with this Vani glitter set that I just got. I really like this glitter set. It's very nice. So guys, make sure you are getting that. I'll leave everything in the description box below. Then I also want to also tell you guys that I use my hands to apply every glitters, and that's because I just want to try as much as I can to control every fallout as possible. Next, I'm using my Inglot gel liner because she has teary eye and I don't want her to cry and then you can see these black dots. I'm using this Inglot gel liner. It is waterproof, which is actually very good and safe for anyone that have. So make sure that you are putting that into consideration. Again, I'll leave everything in the description box. Please do well to just check everything out. To smoke our under eye, I am using this black and burgundy shade to just smoke our under eye, just to give that smoky look. It's not like it's necessary, but if you want to do it, please do it. I like the fact that it just adds another dimension to my makeup. That is very important to me. Next, we'll move on to the lips. I am using this Colorpop burgundy shade to first of all line our lips. Usually I always go with black and then burgundy, but I love how pigmented this particular lip liner is. Guys, can you see how pigmented this lip liner looks? Very lovely, very safe, very beautiful. I've always wanted a very popping lip and this is actually going to do that job for me, or it actually did the job for me. Guys, for every product, make sure that you have a brush that you use. Now I'm using this particular small brush. This is a lip brush to smoke out this burgundy shade, and guys, you can see the uniformity of this look. Very lovely. Next, I'm using this Beauty Creation lipstick. This is, I don't remember the shade, I will leave it down in the description box, but I'm just using that to further highlight our lips. And guys, look at how these lips look, and look at my model face. Guys, can you see how beautiful this look is? Please make sure that every of the tips that I've given in this video, you guys are taking note. Now for a blush, I'm using this Annie Beauty Cheekgasm or Cheek Orgasm. That is a very weird name, by the way. And I'm just applying that on the outer, on the upper part of her cheek. Guys, that threw me off balance. But anyways, for our lashes, you guys can see that I use my hands to apply lashes. I don't know if it is safe or it's good, but I do it anyways. Now, if you've watched up until this very moment and you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe to this channel if you want me to create more high quality videos like this. Please give this video a thumbs up, share this video, and also hit the notification bell so that you get notified every single time I post. Now, if you want me to create an eyebrow tutorial or an updated eyebrow tutorial, leave that in the comment section and I will make sure to create that, because this is actually very different from the way I usually do, or I used to do, my eyebrows. Every day you learn. I'm learning every single day, so sometimes I just change techniques, which is actually very good. So if you're a makeup artist, I would like to advise that every single time you're just learning, unlearning, and relearning. Next on my list is to dust off every excess powder, because we're already done with the eyeshadow, so no more fall-offs. Guys, you can see that I didn't get any fall-offs because every single time I'm very intentional about how I apply my makeup. Now, to melt everything, I am using this Morphe setting spray to just melt the powder and to just lock everything in place. Guys, there is no way she will drench herself in water that this makeup will move, because why? We have done what we need to do. Now I'm just glossing our lips. Now to the star of the show, I'm using this TARTE highlighter, which is actually very good. I'm using that on the bridge of our nose and our cheeks just to create that sweet glow and to just further glow our face. Last but not the least, I'm using my Seal It spray to seal everything in place. And we've come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.